Hello, Nicole Hanchi here, and today in this video, I want to talk to you about your focus four. And what I mean by that are the four kind of overarching areas that you need to be focusing on each and every day to some extent, to whatever extent you can, to move your business forward, to cultivate your following, to build your brand, and ultimately grow your business. So I've got a couple of bullet points. Let me go ahead and do a quick screen share for you. And I'll get those pulled up. All right. Okay. Hopefully you can see my screen. All right, now your focus four. The first thing that you should be focusing on doing each and every day is creating content. And that content can be anything from posts that you put on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, wherever you hang out, wherever you think your audience is hanging out. You need to be posting there. You can post content, you can share videos, you can put up blog posts if you're a blogger. You want to get those up however many times a week. If you can't blog every day, then you definitely want to get a couple up a week. Because you want to be consistent. You want people to know that you're there. So if you're going away for weeks at a time, people are going to, out of sight, out of mind, they're going to forget about you. So posting once a week here and there isn't going to do it. You've got to be consistent. And the more types of content that you can put together, the better. So if you're not scared, then make some videos, get your face and your personality out there, help people connect with you a little bit more. The more that you connect with people, the more you show who you are, the more people will come to know, like, and trust you. And that is such an incredibly critical element of the process of cultivating a following and growing a business on the internet. So making sure that you're creating content each and every day in some fashion. You can repurpose that content. You don't have to create separate individual posts for every single platform that you might be active on. So get resourceful and sit down at the beginning of each week and put your topics together of what you want to talk about, write something up and repurpose that, make little tweaks that make it more relevant to the different social media, because you can post a lot more on Facebook than you can on Twitter, for example. So what I like to do is put up my meatier posts on my Facebook fan page and then point people to it. I can put things on my blog too and point people to those because the characters are limited. For example, on Twitter, you can just throw up a title and then point people over to your blog or to your fan page for the main article. So those are just some overall ideas for how to make the most of the content that you do create. Now, the next area of focus is that you want to be communicating with your followers. And the various ways that you want to focus on are, first and foremost, sending emails every single day. You might take time off on the weekends, of course. You've got to keep a balance in life, but you want to make sure that you are sending an email at least every day, Monday through Friday, if those are your days of work. If you're somebody who works full-time and you have limited time to work your business on the side, then you definitely want to take advantage of auto schedulers to, maybe if you have time on the weekends, put together your emails for the week and then get them scheduled so that they're going out to people every single day. Because the more people see that you're there consistently, the more they'll come to trust that you're going to be there for them. And that's really important. If you haven't already, consider creating your own group page. This is such a powerful tool, specifically on Facebook. And the reason why is because you can take advantage of the viral reach, the viral power of Facebook. Because if you create a group page and somebody that becomes a member, then their audience is going to see that. And then you're going to get somebody to join your community that you may not have ever known. So really important to take advantage of that viral power. Also forums, you want to be out on forums, and not just any old forum, but places where your audience is hanging out. So spend some time figuring out who you want to be talking to, who's going to be needing your solution, and go out and talk to them. Go out and find out where they hang out and go hang out with them. Okay, the next piece is to develop your back end. And when I talk about your back end, I'm not talking about your back end. Talking about the products and services that you're going to have, that you're going to share with people once they come into your circle of influence on what we call the back end of your business. So they're not necessarily things that you're going to be putting out in front, like your content. Number one, this is your value that you're putting out for people. This is your way of branding yourself. You know, you're showing your niche, where your expertise is. Maybe you're an Instagram expert, maybe you're a Facebook expert. That's all happening up here in this create content. But in the back end, this is where you're putting together your information products, your premium content that you can monetize, right? So this content here, this value, this is all stuff that you're putting out into the marketplace for free, with, you know, for your own goodwill. Sharing things to help bring people along, but also for the purpose of capturing their information to follow up with them and bring them into this back end area where you can monetize, right? So you'll be creating trainings, you know, information products, your sales letter to get this out to people, your premium content. And the best way to do that is to take the content that you're putting together here, right? All your little bits of free content, and packaging it up into a premium offer that you can then charge money for, right? So another way of repurposing the information so that you're streamlining your efforts and not doing so much of the double work. Okay, and your final area on focus of 4 is that you have to tell people about your solution. And of course, you want to make sure that you're telling the right people, but this is not something that you're going to be doing on the front end, right? You're not going to go out there and hit people up with your solution right at the very beginning, because what that does is it puts people off. It makes them feel like you're out to get them. You know, you're just talking to them in order to sell them something, and you don't want to make people feel that way. You want to make people feel like you're there for them to provide a solution. I'm going to bring you back from my screen share. See if I can get you back. Hello. As I was saying, you don't want people to think that you're out to get them. So putting your solution out there in the beginning is never a good idea. That's something that you always want to be doing on the back end of things after you've developed a rapport with people. They've come to know, like, and trust you, and they're open to the things that you have to offer them. You always want to be respectful of people. You want to share things with people when you know that they need your solution, right? So you want to have that conversation, find out what their challenges are, and try to plug the holes for them with what you have to offer. That way people are going to be more open to you, and you don't want to damage that relationship. You want to be seen as a trusted advisor, as a person who's going to be sharing things that are helpful and relevant to each individual person. So that is that's my video for today. This is my piece of content, as I talked about earlier in the first area of focus. So I'm going to be putting this out there as free value that I'm going to share with people to help get them organized and help them grow their business. And then later on, I'm going to take this and package it up into a product that I'll put on the back end that will help in a more comprehensive way. I hope you found this helpful. If so, I'm going to include a link to my fan page. Pop on over to the post and just give me a comment. Let me know that you want to see more of this kind of stuff. I've also got a poll running. You'll see that on my Facebook fan page at facebook.com/Dr. Nicole Hanchi. Go cast your vote, because I really want to know what you want to learn. I'm going to put together some cool and exciting new things. I just checked the poll, and I had narrowed it down to learning how to use Facebook, learning how to use Instagram, learning how to leverage the two together, you know, for maximum effectiveness. And so far, all of the above is in the running. So everybody wants to know how to use Instagram and Facebook together and leverage them together for maximum effectiveness, bringing leads in and cultivating that relationship to ultimately bring them into your business. So again, hope this was helpful. Leave me a comment to let me know if it was. And again, go cast your vote. I'd love to know what you would love to know. Take care and have a great day.